What's going on, everybody? My name is Laura Palladino. I'm the lead social media director for Boom by Cindy Joseph, and today I want to give you 8 steps for a social media plan. Let's jump right in. So let's start off with, why do you need a social media plan? So in today's digital world, if you are not on social media, you're missing out on a big piece of pie to be able to reach your customers. So coming up with a plan on what you want to tell them, when you want to try to sell them something, when you want to give them content, and maybe tell them about your values, tell them about your company. You really want to put together an overall plan. Now, our company does it for each month. You could do it each quarter. I've seen companies do it for the full year ahead. Plan out your promotions, plan out, like I said, the holidays you want to celebrate as a company. So coming up with a plan is going to help you, so you're not sitting there like, what do I post today, and what's working for me, right? So having a plan together will help you in the long run figure out what's working best for you and what your customers or potential customers enjoy seeing from you. So let's jump into the 8-step social plan. Now, first, let's just go over these. 1 is going to be your who. Who are we even talking to? 2 is going to be your how. How are we adding value to those people? Why are you even on social media? What are you sharing? What are those content pillars that you're sharing with these people? Where are you? Where are you showing up on social media? Repurposing, so taking one piece of content and making it go as far as you possibly can. Listening to your customers, to your potential customers, to your followers. Listening is a completely underrated, I believe, part of the social media plan, and I'm going to jump into how we can listen better and use that in our social plan as well. And then distributing it. So we want to make sure our content and what we're sharing gets as far as we can possibly get it, and I'm going to show you that in step number 8. So let's jump right into the who. So we're going to talk about our demographics, which are their location, their age, their gender, and things like that. And then we're going to talk about their psychographics, which are their values, their interests, their goals, their lifestyle, their opinions, how they like to show up in the world. So a couple ways you can do this is right inside Google Analytics, you can see your male to female ratio of your followers. You can see what age they are here. Google Analytics will also give you some of your psychographics, right? It'll show you what they're interested in. So our demographic are interested in food and dining. They're interested in media and entertaining. So Google Analytics will give you some of that data as well. And they'll also give you where they're showing up online. So are they showing up on mobile, on desktop, on tablet? So that will help gear the type of content you're putting out for them. Also, in the platforms you decide to go into, you can find analytics in there as well. You can see on Instagram who's following you, what age, when they're following you, where they're from in the world. Are they from New York, Los Angeles, Toronto? How old they are. And then on Facebook, you can see pretty much the same thing. You can see if they're men or women, what ratio men to women you have, where they are in the country. So looking into the specific platforms will help you as well figure out who the people that are following you, who you're talking to. So for our Boom customer profile, I want to show you how we laid this out a little bit. We have our main customer is a woman. She's over 50 years old. She feels content with who she is, or she desires to feel content with who she is. She's proud of her age and what she's accomplished. She has healthy desires or desires to be healthy. She cares about her health. She's natural. She cares about the ingredients she puts on and in her body. She desires to be inspired. She wants to hear advice. She's a tactile person. She cares about how things feel, taste, and smell. She wants simplicity. And physically, she loves looking beautiful and sexy, but she wants to feel like her and look like her. She doesn't want to cover up. So this is what we put together, and every time we put out a piece of content, we know we're talking to this type of person. So I suggest you put together one of these customer profiles for yourself, for your business, and figure out really who you're talking to. So step number 2 is going to be our how. Now that we know who we're talking to, how are we adding value to their lives? A business is a series of communications directed at a group of people having a shared experience. You need to think about how you can be a part of this experience. And this quote is from Boom's co-founder, Ezra Firestone. And we really like to be a part of someone's experience in the world. So our group of women are experiencing something together, right? They're experiencing what it's like to be a woman over 50, aging in this community, and how your makeup changes and how your body changes and how your mind changes. So we really want to encompass everything that goes into that experience and be a part of that conversation with them. So there's a couple ways we can do that. We can join in on this conversation. We can educate them. We can educate them about the lifestyle, about our brand, about our products, some tutorials so we can show them how to use our products, our ingredients, and this goes into as well, we can educate them about our sustainability efforts that go into our ingredients, how we find our ingredients, really diving in. We create entire content pieces just about one ingredient, just about our honey and where that comes from, and the beekeepers that go behind it, and the sustainability methods and whatnot that goes around it. So really educating them is a great way to give them value. And about their employees. People want to know who's working for you and how they're working for you. And that's a really fun way to add in an education element, is showing them the employees that go behind the products. So a couple ways we do this. We have our 5 quick Boomstick tips from the silver-haired Michelle West. So this is one of our ambassadors, and we educate our consumers by showing them how this one woman is using Boomstick. So we do that with a bunch of different people. We have how to live life to the fullest starting today. Again, these are blog posts that we post. And this one here, we're educating them on how to live life to the fullest. So we're educating them on the lifestyle. And then sustainable forests, where all boom paper comes from. So we're educating them on our sustainability efforts and where the paper that they receive when they receive a product from us, all the paper that's in there, where it comes from, and telling them about our forestry efforts. Another way to jump in on creating an experience and joining this conversation with these women is to inspire them. So a couple ways we do that. We use quotes. So if you look to the right here, we have Karen, and she says, "Who you are is already beautiful." And these are what we call our Wattpar women, our women of the pro-age revolution. So we got a bunch of women together and asked them questions and took their quotes, and we got a ton of content out of that. We tell their stories. So whether they came from adversity or whether they were a model when they were 13, we tell their stories coming up and growing into the woman they are today. We talk about their values. We give some reviews. We get some reviews from them. So that's a really great way to join in and inspire these women as well. So this is Meet Rosalind, and this is one of the Wattpar women I was telling you about. And so we tell her story a little bit. She says she's proud to say I'm sexy. And as women, we are not just sexy as we age, we are proud to say the words, according to our latest pro-age woman. So someone they can relate to, right? And we have a bunch of stories like this, not only like this, but on the opposite end of this, people that like to be maybe a little bit less sexy as they age. So we like to kind of give alternate viewpoints of these women. We have beautiful then and now, your photos. So this piece of content, we were able to get photos of women from when they were in their 20s and 30s, and now when they're in their 50s, 60s, and above, and compare them to each other and ask them, how did it feel then? What was beauty like to you then? And what is it like to you now? How have you changed as a woman from your 20s to your 50s and 60s? And then another way to inspire is ask them what inspires you. So we were able to get a ton of feedback on this piece of content because we literally asked them what inspires you, and we were able to put that into a piece. It got a ton of engagement on social media and on the blog, so that's a really fun way to do that as well. Next up, we want to make sure we're entertaining them, right? People don't want to just people aren't going to stay on your page and continue reading your content, continue consuming your content if it's not entertaining to them in some way. So a couple ways we do this is we use video a lot. I'm sure a lot of you know video gets pushed farther on Facebook. So we do try to use video. We use GIFs because they're fun, and we use them on Instagram. We use them in our emails. So GIFs are a lot of fun to play with there. And just making it fun. These women are laughing with each other. When we do these photo shoots, it actually is a lot of fun, and that shows through on the camera. And behind the scenes, people want to know what's going on behind the scenes, right? They want to know what goes into everything, how the products are made, how these women, what's it like at that photo shoot. So any behind the scenes you can do in your company is really a fun way to bring in content as well. So this is just a few examples of what we do at Boom. We have our GIF here of Kim putting on her glimmer and a little quote next to it. We have Hillary right here, and this is actually an email we used a GIF in. This was Hillary's email, who is one of our WATPAR women. And I'm gonna play 30 seconds of Emily here for you. And this was one of our ambassador videos, and it's a really fun way. It's super relatable to other women her age. I'm gonna play this for you for a second here so you can check it out.
Oh, hi. Welcome to my bathroom. My name is Emily Vickers, and I live in Hopewell, New Jersey. And I am delighted to be here this morning to show you how I boom. After cleansing with Boom Clean, I moisturize with Boom Calm.
So that's just a really fun video that Emily had put together for us. She's actually one of our ambassadors. And like I said, relatable. You feel like you're in the bathroom with her, you're hanging out, your girlfriends, she's showing off our products. So that's another really fun way to get some content there. So number 3 is gonna be our why. Why are you even on social media? What are your KPIs or your key performance indicators? What do you want to accomplish on social media? There's a couple things we can talk about that you may want to accomplish on social media, which is increase your brand awareness, drive traffic to your site, build community, build engagement, or lead generation. Now you might say you want all of these, right? We all do. But what I want you to do right now is pick 2 or 3 of these to track each month or each quarter, so you can really get an idea of what pieces of content are working the best for what KPI. So let's say you want to build engagement. You really want to make sure you're putting out posts that people are commenting on, people are sharing, people are having a conversation around. So if that's something you want to push for this first quarter, you want to make sure you are using that knowledge last quarter to create the content for this quarter, right? So pick a few of these, 1 or 2, I would say, and know that that's what you want to track for the upcoming month or the upcoming quarter. So a couple ways Boom tracks this is we use a tool called AgoraPulse, where we're able to see our fan growth compared to either last month, last quarter, last year, how many items we're publishing, is it more or less than the last time we checked, our overall engagement, our awareness, which is our people mentioning us, any replies, so we're able to track if our customer service team is responding within a timely manner, our impressions, so how many people are seeing our posts, and how many clicks are our posts getting. Is it going up or down throughout the month or the quarter or whenever the last time we checked was. We can also look right inside native analytics. So when we look in YouTube, we can see our views are up, our watch time is up, our subscribers. So there are a ton of analytics you can find on every single platform. There are a bunch of tools out there you can use. But like I said, that's why you really need to have an idea around what KPIs you want to be tracking. So it's not kind of all over, there's so much out there. You can look at everything on there, or you can kind of narrow it in and know you want to track this, and then everything else will kind of fall into place when you're tracking the one thing, right? Next up is going to be number 4, and this is going to be what are our content pillars? So now we know who we're talking to, we know why we're on social media, we know how we're going to add value. So let's talk about what we're going to talk to them about. We have a few different ones, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. We have a few different what we call content pillars. So the first one I'm going to share with you is our sustainability pillar, which I talked a little bit about before, and that's about our packaging, our ingredients, our sources. So where are our packaging and our ingredients coming from? Who are the people behind it? How we're changing. So we actually just went from a plastic bottle for a few of our skincare products to a sugarcane bottle for a few of our skincare products. So we shared that, right? Our packaging got upgraded. We started using a more sustainable, eco-friendly packaging. So we share all that knowledge with our consumers and with our possible buyers, because we want them to know that we as a company care about our sustainability efforts and the overall sustainability efforts of our community, and why it matters to us, right? So what are our values? Why the sustainability efforts even matter to us in the first place? These are a few examples of the blog posts that we've done. So we care where our ingredients come from and how these ingredients impact our beautiful planet. We'll use that as a blog post. Sustainable forests, we talked about before, where all of our Boom paper comes from. And now available earth-friendly bags for your Boom favorites. So we found a really, really great organic cotton company to be able to do makeup bags in their orders as well. And we'll share that with our community. Next up is user-generated content. So this is another content pillar that we use in our overall strategy. And this includes tutorials that we get, reviews, any creatives, stories from them. So this is user generated, like I said. So we sent out an email, we created a blog post that said, what's your story? We want to hear it. Every woman has a story worth telling. It's the story of how you become who you are at this age. And we searched the blog comments, we searched the Facebook comments there, the Instagram comments, the YouTube comments for any kind of user generated feedback that we were able to then use in either another blog post or for our social media. So a few examples of that. Tammy was able to write a blog for us on why she keeps buying Boom. So we reached out to Tammy, said, do you mind if we share this on our blog? And we created our own blog post here. A pro age story retold, meet Erin. So Erin, actually, this was a blog comment that we reached out to her and we said, hey, do you mind if we share this on our blog? And she said, of course. And we were able to make a whole content piece out of that as well. And an original pro age poem. This woman actually emailed us telling us how we inspired her to write this poem. And we were able to then share that as a piece of content. So reaching out to these women who are commenting on your social media, on your blog post is really a great way to find content as well. Next content pillar that I want to talk about is our ambassadors. So our ambassador program, which we recently started, actually, it's not that old of a program. We reached out to social media influencers, or we even just found customers right now, and we offered them free product in exchange for some tutorials, in exchange for videos, and they're real people, right? We're not doing a photo shoot. What we do is we send them a couple products, we send them a beauty light, and we ask them to just show us how they use our product in their daily life. And we're using their audience. So if they're on social media, these ambassadors, they're sharing their excitement about being a Boom ambassador with their friends and their family and their followers. So we're then being exposed to people we may not have been exposed to natively through our own social media efforts. So this is really fun. Michelle West, which I showed you a few slides ago, she did 5 quick Boomstick tips. She's silver hair, she's relatable to our women. We took a couple of her quotes and we made that into a blog post, emailed on it, put it all over social media. This was her email here. We do create specific emails for each piece of content, for each content pillar. So our sustainability email looks a little different than our ambassador email, which is really a way for us to drive home the different pieces of content. And then, like I said, we posted it out on Instagram as well. We put it on Facebook. We put it on all the social media channels. She's in there talking to people. So that's a really fun way, a fun new piece of content as well. Next up, number 5, where? Where are you sharing in the social media world? There are a ton of options to be on social media. You can be on Facebook, on Instagram, medium.com, Reddit, TikTok, which is a new and upcoming one, YouTube, email, your blog, your LinkedIn, your Twitter. So I want you to figure out where you want to be in the social media world, right? The different platforms are going to cater to different pieces of content and also who is on that platform, right? So if you're looking at TikTok or Snapchat or something like that, you may have a younger demographic than, say, Facebook or Pinterest. And if you want to run ads, like that's a thing to take into consideration as well. So if you haven't chosen a platform yet for your social media, I suggest you choose 1 or 2 and really focus on them and figure out the best practices for them. What are the best photos to post? Is it a video? Are videos better to post? Figure out where you want to be and what the best practices are on that platform. Next up is listen. Number 6. Listening to and engaging with your audience is, in my opinion, totally underused. We get so much good content from just listening. We have a whole pillar, a whole content pillar just on user-generated content, where we listen to where people are talking about us, what they're saying about us, what they're saying to each other, and we're able to create whole pieces of content. So these are actually examples from our blog posts. And she says, I fell in and out of love with my silver hair for about 20 years. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but you get the idea. She's talking about her silver hair. She's turning 60 on New Year's Eve. She saw Cindy on Facebook. She was beautiful. It encouraged her to go silver with her hair. This woman says, I stopped coloring my hair 5 months ago. I was inspired. Hi, girls. I'm enjoying my gray journey. So we got all these women talking about an experience, how they're going silver, and how that transition is for them emotionally, physically, how they feel when they look in the mirror now as compared to when they were 20, or 30, when they started transitioning into their silver hair. So we took that experience that we were seeing in the comments on our blog post and turned it into another blog post. So we got another piece of content out of it, where people were able to comment more and engage more on another piece of content. So let me show you what that piece looks like here. We told this woman, beautiful then and now, we want to see your photos. So this one was about her silver hair journey, right? And the comments on here, it hardly seems possible. I was only 33 in 1988 and I turned 64 last month. So these women are sharing their journeys with us, which is great for us. We want them on our page. We want them commenting. We want them engaging with each other. And we were able to create a whole blog post out of this as well. Beautiful then and now, proof that all ages are beautiful. This was the email here that we sent out. So this is the first for us here at Boom, the first ever time on our blog. We're sharing over a dozen Boom readers' personal photos. And this was really the reason we started doing this type of UGC, where we took things that they were saying and simply shared that. So it's a super easy blog post to put together. And it makes them feel like they're part of a community, which they are, but it really drives home that feeling and that experience with them. So now we're on number 7, which is repurpose. And we want to take that one blog post, that one piece of content, and turn it into as many different pieces of content as we can. So we want to take this one post, cut it up into maybe a quote, cut the video down, turn it into another post there. Take the audio out of it and maybe put it into one of those things where you could see what the audio looks like and make that another post there. So taking that one piece and really making it go as far as you possibly can and making that one piece of content into as many different pieces of creatives as you can, right? Because people are not all the same. Some people like to read, some people like to watch, some people like to watch long, some people like to watch short, some people like quick to the punch type of quotes or things like that, or inspiring pretty little images, right? So take it into as many different on-brand type of pieces of content as you can. And that's really how Boom makes our content go as far as it possibly can and share with as many people as we possibly can, is making it change into as many different ways as someone would be willing to consume it. So for instance, we have our sustainability blog here, and I know you can't read that, but trust me, it's a sustainability blog, and we have a bunch of information on here about our honey and about our wild crafted witch hazel, our extra virgin olive oil. So that's just a few of the ingredients we use in our skincare line that we want to show that we are sustainably sourcing them. So we take this post, we'll pull out maybe the honey, and we'll write a whole post underneath that just about the honey and link back to this blog post. We'll take the witch hazel, write something about the witch hazel, link that back to the blog post. So this is an Instagram post here. We'll take just the idea around it, right? Why are we so excited about our new earth-friendly packaging? And that's a post by itself. So we're able to get a bunch of posts leading right back to this piece of content, which again makes it go a lot farther. Another way to repurpose your content is taking a bunch of your blog posts and doing kind of a wrap up. So we did one called our mid-year recap, our 5 most popular posts of the year so far. So let me show you that one here. And we say, can you believe we're halfway through the year already? And we show them 3 tips for living your best pro-age life. And this is just one of the little blocks on that blog post. We do 5 most popular posts. We'll give a little blurb about them. And that read on in the post down here at the bottom of that copy is a link back to that blog post. So we're able to drive more traffic to these blog posts that maybe have started to die down a little bit just by revamping them, and we re-email on them, we re-post it to social to try to get more traffic back to these blog posts. So our final step, number 8, is to distribute. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you know that organic reach has been steadily declining, and I've only been in the game for 4 years, and I've seen it drop drastically in those 4 years. So having a paid social media strategy for your regular organic posts, right? Not the ads. We're not talking about ads right now in the sense of top line ads and trying to sell the product, but really just making sure people are seeing your content, your regular blog post content or your video content, things like that. You want to have a paid strategy on pushing it as far as it can possibly go. So I want to show you how we do that here. If you go into your Facebook insights and then you go down to posts, you will see, if you look in reach, our average reach is about 10,000 or so, around 10, 15,000 people, which is right around 3% of our overall audience. So I want to show you, I'm going to compare 2 posts with you, one that we amplified, one we did not. Both of them are ambassadors. We have Beth up at the top here. This self-proclaimed Southern gal uses Boom every morning and night. And down here at the bottom, which is Dulcie, our Boom ambassador, just in time for the holidays, our newest ambassador, Dulcie Stewart. Now, Beth got 24,000 in organic reach, which is actually really, really good for organic reach. But if you look at Dulcie down here, she got 253,000 people reached, which is just crazy. So if we did not pay to amplify that post, we're losing out on over 200,000 people being able to see that post. So I really suggest you start implementing a paid strategy for your organic social posts as part of your social media plan. So just to show you what those ads look like, this was Lydia, which is the blog post I showed you a little while back. Life has been a constant reinventing of myself. We took her quote, we turned it into an image, and then we were able to run that image as a page post engagement ad, so more people saw it, more people clicked back to that blog post. This one right here, my new favorite, adds just the right amount of color to my face and lips. Again, this was a regular organic page post. It was a makeup tutorial, and we were able to push that farther, get more clicks back to the original blog post. And our Boom ambassador, Dulcie, this was a video just in time for the holidays, and we were able to push that farther as well and get more clicks back to this blog post just by doing the page post engagement ads. So that is your 8-step plan for creating a social media strategy. My name is Laura, and I'll see you soon.